Forecasters are predicting the first snow of the season tomorrow in the Bay State. For a first-hand look at what that means for us in Cambridge, please welcome a new member to the BNN team, part-time snowplow driver, David Totty.
Woo, yeah! First snow of the season, JR! First snow of the season!
Yeah, I understand that's what the forecast is for tomorrow. Are you out plowing already?
Oh, yeah, I'm plowing, JR. I'd like to take a minute to welcome you and the viewers to my truck for this little ride along. Very cool. Gives me a chance to use this new camera I got from Radio Shack. JR, I am so hooked up, man. Look, I even got a camera that faces forward so you guys get to see what I'm seeing while I'm plowing. Hold on, I'm gonna switch it on for you.
Yeah, it looks like the street is pretty free of snow. Dave, what are the advantages of plowing before the snow actually starts to fall?
Money, JR. You see, JR, the state hasn't figured out that there's a relationship between the amount of snow that falls and the amount of hours that I bill. So as long as there's snow in the forecast, I'm good to go. I just gotta make sure that my plow isn't too low and scrape the pavement and make some sparks. Unless I want to see sparks, JR. Unless I want to see some sparks fly. like this. I freaked that guy out. I freaked him out, JR. What a douche.
Dave, I understand that for 2 of the past 3 years, Boston has exhausted its entire plowing budget before the winter months were even half over. And we've had to go to the federal government to pay for the rest of the season. That extra money probably won't be there this year.
Times are tough, JR. What can I say? I mean, I don't expect to make half as much this year as I have in the past, but that's okay, JR. That's what is so great about this job. That is so great about plowing. Because while I'm out plowing for the city, I can actually be working like 5 or 6 other jobs.
You mean when you're not plowing?
No, JR, I mean when I'm plowing. I mean, right now, I am on the clock for several different jobs. I mean, right now, I'm delivering Christmas trees to the elderly. I'm part of a taxi service. I bring people to the airport or wherever they want to go. And JR, I got a taxi driver a hat. You got to see this. It's great. You're going to love this. Hold on.
Jesus. If you just want to, that's
there it is.
Driving, looking would be great.
Don't worry about the plow, JR. It's made of steel. I'm not going to scratch that.
Not the plow.
Look at that. I look just like a cabbie, don't I? Huh? And, JR, look, I installed a CB last fall so I can stay in touch with dispatch. Let's see. What else? You're going to love this, JR. Right now, I'm participating in a drug test for Tufts Medical. I'm taking an experimental stimulant that's supposed to enable me to stay awake for weeks at a time with absolutely no side effects, none whatsoever. All I have to do is I gotta wear this little monitor right here on my arm, and if I hallucinate or if I start seeing little animals, I just write it in my journal and I give it to the doctor.
I mean, I think I know the answer to this question, but is it okay for you to drive when you're doing that?
You would think that would be a problem, but it's not, JR. It's no problem at all, because I've got another job. I've got offsetting jobs. I babysit for my neighbor's kid while I'm driving the plow. He's right here. You gotta meet him. Mickey, come here, Mickey. Get out of the glove compartment. Hey. This is Mickey. His mom pays me $10 an hour to have him ride along with me. And I give him a crowbar. So if he sees me nodding off, he just gives me a whack on the shin. You see, JR, those jokers in Washington would think like snowplow drivers. They put all their problems together and lump them together into one giant problem. And then they can come up with one giant solution. And they can kill like 8 birds with one stone. Oh, hang on, JR, that's dispatch. Hello, this is 548. I'm right near there. I can take that one. 10-4. Yeah, I got to pick up a Harvard student now, JR. Right, she's outside of her dorm. She's going to Lansdowne Street.
Very lucky girl.
Right up the road.
It seems like you've got a nice little arrangement there, Dave.
Well, yes, JR. And JR, I didn't even mention the big money. It's in drag racing.
Oh, Jesus. Drag racing?
JR, a bunch of us snowplow guys, we pool all of our overtime money together, and we have spontaneous drag races during late snowfalls, just like this one. You know it's on, JR, when a plow guy flashes his brights at you. 3 long and 2 short. And then the first guy to the nearest traffic light without hitting anything, he wins. Stop hitting me.
Dave, you seem like you're going to ride out this recession just fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, JR, one thing I don't stand for is all the belly aching. You know, I hear from people, oh, the economy's bad, and oh, the weather's bad. And,
whatever's happening.
It doesn't matter. There's always a way to ride it out. Isn't that right, Mickey? This kid is a pistol JR.
He's a lucky
I think
kid.
We got a little snowplow driver on our hands.
Or fatality.
Oh, wait, slide over, Mickey. Here she is. You're going to pick her up. Okay, slide over. Make room for her.
Wow, that was really quick.
Oh, yeah. You were right on my way. Hey, listen, take one of my business cards there. When you leave, if you want to ride at the end of the night, you just call me. Because after hours, I turn on my Radio Shack disco ball, and I turn this plow into Party Plow!
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Oh, passing lights! Too long, one short. That's it, little buddy. You ready? JR, we gotta fly now. The drag is on. Stay warm, everybody!
Thank you, David Totty, for that report from the not yet snowy streets of Cambridge.